Hello, and welcome back to another one of my videos about how to market your business effectively online. So, I'm sure by now you've heard the saying that content is king. It's been spouted in one form or another everywhere from academic research to social media personalities. But just what is content marketing and why should you definitely integrate it into your marketing strategy? So, content marketing is takes away content marketing takes away all the fluff that goes with an opportunity for your business. It's a tool that can be used for any number of things, but can be particularly beneficial for growing your business in the long term. So, as businesses struggle to achieve growth within challenging business environments, we're seeing a huge shift to interest and uh, budget allocation to content marketing as an increasing method of promoting each business. So there's a couple of quick takeaways from kind of what I'm going to talk about. So content marketing gives you an opportunity to reach and convert new customers to your company or brand or your product. Uh, it can drive significant measurable results and return on investment over more traditional marketing and promotional tactics. Uh, it lets you build meaningful and lasting relationships that enhances that customer perception of your brand, and you can focus your entire organization's content marketing strategy a bit about telling a brand story that resonates with your target audience. So, what is content marketing really? Um, Content marketing is the term that's given to the process of consistently publishing content that your audience wants to consume and engage with. So it involves brands acting increasingly like publishers and creating content on owned media platforms that attract visitors. So, for example, your website or your social media profiles. So, unlike content on its own, content marketing is focused on the customer, and the aims of it are to solve important questions and meet their needs and challenges. So, this approach creates a financial asset that allows your business to reach, engage, convert customers who might not be using your products or services at the moment, but are certainly looking out for those types of products. So you can do this by um, focusing your content around keywords that your customers are searching for and creating content that solves specific pain points they might have with either your products or just general products in the industry. So content marketing closes that gap between what the audience wants on this side and what the brand actually produces, and kind of meeting those in the middle creates measurable business value. So it does, in a sense, sound like advertising, but I assure you it's not. Um, so what makes content marketing different to other forms of marketing is the time frame that it occurs over. Um, advertising, paid online marketing takes is generally short bursts of kind of high impact. You're trying to reach as many customers as possible in a short period of time. Um, Whereas content marketing takes kind of the completely opposite approach, where you start off and you kind of building that audience organically more than anything. So down the line, you've got this huge engaged audience that knows about your products, that knows about your industry, and knows about you more importantly, and kind of wants to do business with you. Um, so content marketing allows any business to increase their presence in organic search engine results because it's focused on sharing that thought leadership and helps to position your brand as a go-to place to get specific answers that your target audience is wanting. So by using search engine optimization, SEO, and content insights as critical components, content marketing is becoming increasingly more aligned with the needs of the customer. However, as with anything in marketing, content marketing to work on a consistent basis has to be well executed, and that includes developing a content strategy. So successful content marketers align themselves to a content calendar, often a 12-month layout of content ideas that are all based on solid data, on information from customers, um, so that when the plan is executed and optimized, it follows a set regulation, and kind of anyone could come in and know exactly what's going to be going out on in June or in May next year, if that's when your calendar takes you up to. So the issue is that for many companies, content is only ever released on a handful of instances. So it's either when it's requested by an executive, or when something particularly brilliant happens. So these random pieces of content don't support strategic goals and will often produce very, very little in the form of business results, other than possibly a short boost. So that's what content marketing is. So what isn't content marketing is probably slightly easier to kind of narrow down on. So content marketing isn't just pieces of content that are kind of put out there into the public. So it's not a random blog post on your website. It's not a social media post. It's not videos. It's not landing pages, emails, and kind of putting out as much information or content and hoping something sticks and resonates with your audience. So this is kind of the throw enough shit at the wall and see what sticks approach, and it's what many companies do, and that's why their social media feeds are often misaligned with the website. So their social media feed will say one thing, and the blog post will say another. So it isn't just kind of producing more stuff to kind of go out there, which is where a lot of brands go wrong very, very quickly. So that kind of strategy needs to be there in the first point, and then build onto that. So simply choosing to unleash content campaign after content campaign without really understanding the direction of where that content needs to be taking the business and how it's going to be getting it there is not really going to work with kind of meeting the audience's needs. You basically end up with a promotional video or just a promotional ad that for the business, that rather than actual solid content that your target audience is going to want to engage with. Regardless of how high quality the video production is, a promotional video probably isn't going to be a useful piece of content that is going to resonate with your target audience at the specific stage of your buyer journey that you're kind of looking to engage with them in. Again, having a blog alone isn't a content marketing strategy. So when you think of content, you might automatically think of these amazing blogs you see, or across various different topics. And while blogs do occupy a large part of content marketing, simply having and using a blog does not make you a content marketer. Otherwise, there'd be content marketers across every single industry, and near enough anyone who's set up a WordPress account would be considered a content marketer. A blog is just kind of that one part of the recipe, but is not the only ingredient that you need to be to have content marketing as a great aspect of your business's marketing. So this goes back to what content marketing is. It's about providing information, and that can happen in any format, in any channel, as long as it is useful to the intended target audience. So once company blogs are structured like publishers, with 3 to 5 key themes and a consistent schedule that company sticks to and works towards and meets, it gives the target audience an idea of, okay, well, that company is going to publish on that date, and then they'll follow it up with another piece on that date, and I know exactly when I'm going to be able to go on the website and find something that's very interesting and that's very pertinent and that's something that will help me in doing what I need to do. So that content goes far beyond blog posts. So you can have the blog post as an element, but taking that information that's useful in that blog post and breaking it down into small snippets that are quick reads on say Twitter, on Instagram, for your target audience will probably engage them more in your content than a 3,000 word blog post, which 9 times out of 10 people will switch off before they've got even halfway, which is why the content marketing is so important, and understanding how content marketing will work. So going back to kind of that it's not a promotional ad, it's not a commercial in effect. It's another mistake that many companies make, and they just think that they can put out any information at all, with no direction, no understanding of how the target audience is looking, and that it will work, it will be a huge commercial success. This is basically reverting back to the old ideas of advertising, that you put enough information out there and everyone will want to come and buy your product. And it comes down to generally using video. But if you're going to use video, then it should explain how your product or service makes a customer's life easier, rather than just describing the features of the product. After all, anyone can kind of go on Google now and search for any product, and a whole list of features come up. But actually understanding how each specific product helps solve the issue that they've got for the reason that they're searching is going to have it stick in the mind of the customer more than, say, just listing 30 features of the product. And again, it's not about posting on social media. So Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, or any other social media that you can think of, they kind of all have one thing in common. You don't own them. We kind of put them under a bracket of kind of owned media channels, in the sense that you kind of own your kind of page on there. But the obvious issue is that at any time throughout the year or throughout the lifetime that you're using the platform, any one of these companies can change their algorithms, or just stop showing, or even just become defunct if it's going to go the way of something like the way in MySpace, where it's the whole user base just isn't there anymore. So the value in social media really is bringing back people to your website and being kind of just a link back and drawing more people in. So social media platforms, and as I said, more specifically, their algorithms decide who sees your content. And in many cases, unless you pay them by boosting content, by paying for advertising, to target specific people within their kind of user base, then you're not going to reach anyone. And if you do pay to kind of boost that content and boost it, you're basically just advertising anyway. So again, it's not, content marketing isn't advertising. You shouldn't have to pay for it. It's so you own the distribution channels of your content. So it's your website, it's that social media profile that you have on, say, Facebook, it's your email list. But out of the kind of those three examples, to me, you want to be pushing your content more across your website, your email list, and using your social media profile to kind of draw people into visiting your website, and joining your email list, so that you've kind of got that communication link there that a changing algorithm can't take away from you. and kind of paying to distribute your content, whether it's by boosting a post on social media, kind of takes away the need for customers to kind of come and find you. So if you're posting brilliant content about how great lawnmower servicing is, for example, then people who want their lawnmower serviced shouldn't have to. You're going to be should be coming and visiting your page because they want that, rather than you just kind of advertising or paying to reach anyone that's got a lawnmower. Because at the end of the day, you're going to be wasting huge amounts of money in reaching a number of people that probably aren't going to be looking for your product, or who aren't going to buy your product, or anything like that, rather than actually trying to reach the people who are in a position to buy, who are wanting that, and kind of going down that route instead. So content marketing isn't meaningless. It's there to solve a specific problem that your target audience has. So your last AdWords campaign, did it solve a problem that your customers have? Did it have a positive difference on their experience or the way that their business runs? That kind of genuine intent behind content marketing is there to help your customers understand that you're authentic and you're there to kind of help them in that first instance, and solve a specific issue that they've had, or that they've got, or that they will have, and that's why they're searching for that specific answer. And it's taking that information and providing value to your customer, and kind of driving them towards being a lead, or generating inquiry, or making a purchase. Again, if you go back to kind of paying for content marketing, it's not what you want to do, because if you're paying to boost your content, you pay, say, if you're taking of if you're advertising or boosting it on Facebook, you're only going to be paying for a set period of time, which can be anything from a day to like 300 days, for example. And at the end of that, all of a sudden, that just stops. It just drops off, basically like the edge of a cliff. So you need to be getting people from, or preferably organically from, kind of reading, sharing, and kind of that route, rather than paying to get them there in the instance. So content marketing matters, and it kind of always has. After reading this or watching this, you might be rethinking your whole content, or your whole view to content. Basically, big changes have massively disrupted every industry, and to be honest, content marketing isn't new. It's been gaining prominence for around the last kind of 10-15 years, and its kind of growing acceptance as a critical part of marketing strategy is becoming cemented. And when you look at the perceived failures of kind of traditional marketing, which is now more ignored than kind of watched, content marketing kind of levels that playing field out, where previously you had to have a huge budget to advertise on television, or where content marketing now gives small companies the opportunity to kind of build a community and deliver a new spin on old and new problems that are experienced by their audiences. And that kind of content marketing for small businesses helps them compete on a level playing field, and in some instances tip kind of that seesaw in their favor. And you might be thinking, well, why does content marketing matter to kind of my business? And it matters to your business because it matters to your audience. They might not say it verbally, they might not write it in an email to you, but statistics and data about how much content buyers are consuming before making a purchase is entirely undeniable. And at the end of the day, nobody wants to be sold to. They don't want to, in many instances, especially when you look at kind of younger consumers now, kind of that kind of Gen Z or millennial kind of age group. They don't want to be sold to. They don't want to see overt advertising messages. They just kind of switch off straight away, and they want to be informed, engaged. They want to react more to a story that shows them how to solve their problems rather than a kind of a dry, disjointed approach that just plays on their fears. Um, so kind of no matter where most companies have started this year at, um, they're no doubt in a unique position now where everything's changed. They may have the same problems as they've always had, or they may have entirely new problems. But either way, their customers still need help and direction in solving the issues that they have. Um, and your brand can offer this with a simple content marketing strategy that looks at where your customers are, what issues they have, and serving content, creating content in either a video form or a blog form that kind of brings them solutions and kind of will then down the line draw them back into your brand and make them more engaged as a final result. So thank you for watching this video. If you like this, want more help, more tips, let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe and press the little bell so you know when I post a new video.